Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this narration of the web novel Humans Don't Make Good Familiars, taken from Reddit with the author's approval. If you are new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below, and as always, I hope that you enjoy. Chapter 22. I walked out of the therapist's office after my first session and sat in my car. She had listened to me talk about the attack, how I'd fought back and ended up killing one of my attackers, how Suma had tried to help him and blamed herself for failing to save him, and how we were interrogated. She didn't judge me, she just listened and occasionally asked a question. I told her how I felt about it, that I regretted killing him and not saving Suma or myself. She explained that what I was feeling was very common in people who survived assaults and ended up killing their attackers. She asked me why Suma blamed herself, and I explained that she was a kind of combat medic, or that she would be one once she moved to active duty. I then told her that I was going into the army with Suma. As I sat in my car, I thought about the last thing she said to me while I was walking out the door. I would like to have a conversation with the Suma woman. I'll ask if she's available, but she might not be interested. I replied to her before heading to my car. Now I sat thinking about what to do next. If Suma meets her, she'll have to actively meet her, but Suma's people might not have therapists. This could be good for her, and even if she agreed, Suma can't come to my world. I don't think so anyway. So I would have to bring her to Suma's world. I don't even know how that's possible. Sure, I've taken small things like clothes and pencils and random junk that I have in my hand or my pockets at the time, but the old person is a different story. I drove home and went inside. Hey, Sua, I said, trying to contact her. A moment of silence passed by, and she replied, Yes, Jake. Can you summon me? I asked. There was no reply, but my body began to disappear, and soon I was standing in a small cave, barely taller than I was, illuminated by small birds melded into the walls and ceiling. Where is this? I asked. This is my home, she said. The one up in the mountain? I asked, surprised. Yes, she said. Cool place. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about something, I said, looking around the cave, trying to get a feel for it. Suma, have you ever heard of a therapist? No, I don't believe I have. What is it, some kind of weapon or spell? She said. No, it's a job. It's a person who helps people process tragedy or loss, among other things. I've been talking to one about what happened in the alley, I explained. Suma seemed caught off guard. I didn't realize you, I just assumed, you seemed unbothered by everything. You never showed that it... Oh, trust me, it bothered me. It still am, but talking with the therapist helps. Or at least I feel that it is helping. I've only had a single session, but I feel like a huge weight has been lifted while I was talking. I talked to her. I'm glad that you've been able to do that. If you need some time off to go to more sessions, then that's fine. Just let me know when you want to resume training, if you even want to, she started saying, but I cut her off. Stop! I'm not going anywhere, Suma. I just brought this up because she wants to talk to you, and honestly, I'm worried about you. I think you should do it, I explained. But I thought you said magic didn't exist in your world. Won't it come as a shock to her to suddenly be brought here? She pointed out. Well, yes, I admitted. But I'm more worried about your mental health than I am about the consequences of my actions at the moment. I chuckled slightly. I don't know, Suma said hesitantly. Just, think about it, okay? I suggested. Okay, I'll think about it, she relented. Good. Now for the other reason I wanted to come, my sword and shield, I said happily. Oh, right. In all the confusion, I almost forgot. Our order is probably ready, Suma said, realizing that it had probably been done for a day or two. Suma walked over to the far side of the cave and used magic to open the wall. Okay, let's go, she said and flew into the air. I walked over to the edge of the cave and looked out of the new hole and down the several 100-foot drop of the sheer cliff. Nope, I said, and brought my head back in, then laid flat on my back on the ground of the cave due to the sudden feeling of dizziness. What's wrong? Suma asked, then very quickly realized and said, Oh, right, the mountain. Okay, just hang on for a moment. She then closed the cave and told me over the psychic connection that she would just fly to the metalworker's shop and summon me straight there. Good idea, I acknowledged. Wait, does that mean that you could have just summoned me from place to place the whole time? I've been walking 15 miles for the past month. Sorry, it didn't occur to me until a few days ago. Sumo apologized. It's fine. Need the exercise anyway, I said. A few minutes passed, which I spent looking around Sumo's home, before she told me that she had arrived at the summon bee beside her. That was fast, I said, surprised. Flying is much faster than walking, she said, and perched on my shoulder. We walked inside, and the elderly Nyama greeted us. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think that you had forgotten. I have your order all finished up and ready to go, he said, and flew behind his counter. Would you mind giving a poor old man a bit of a help, sir? He asked, gesturing to the large metal objects. No problem, I said, and picked up the finished sword and shield. It was a double-edged short sword, no longer than the total length of my arm, based on the medieval broadsword design. The shield was rectangular and only just a bit wider than my torso. It was twice as long. I wanted something small and nimble that I could maneuver easily and wield with only one hand each. How does it feel? It feels pretty good, I said, giving the sword a few good swings. And what about the metal wall? The elder nymph asked. The shield. I would have to test it, but it seems sturdy, I said, looking it over. I have never constructed such odd tools. But if you ever need my services again, please do not hesitate to ask. The elder sounded joyful. I guess he had fun making my stuff. I told him that we would probably be placing a few more orders, but that it might be a while. Sumo was surprised to hear that, but we waited until he had left the metalworker's shop to ask me about it. Jake, she started, what do you mean by more orders? Do you need more weapons? No, actually. What happened in the alley made me think about something else. When that noble threw the ball of magic at me, I couldn't have moved the shield to place fast enough to block it. What I need to do is have something that is always blocking attacks. I need some armor. End of chapter. This is a special thank you to the one, the only, the legendary Eric Hino, who has become the only Tier 6 patron. Just a quick shout out to the T5 peeps. Bob the Dragon, Cat Crab Lobster, Data Magnet, Dark Machine, Try Again 95, Fudic Yol, Astrea the Dreamer, Caspar Arnholtz, Cam Maxwell, Athelia, Meridian 117, and Jordan Bucksmorm. Thank you very much. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed. There are links down below, both to support this channel and for the author of this fiction. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic one, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.